It's interesting because it's bringing up emotion. There was denial, there was a lot of fear. And I think as time went on, there was grief because I was losing a daughter. But I couldn't really look past that and understand I'm gaining this son.
I was hoping and praying that it was a phase. I just burst into tears. And I mean, I might cry now, but I thought, you had better get it together because you have to show that support.
I just told my parents that I just didn't want to live as a girl anymore. I just wanted to live as a boy.
He says, God made a mistake. I should have been a girl.
Hi, my name's Aidan Key. I am the Director of Gender Diversity. Gender Diversity started out with a single support group for families with transgender or gender nonconforming kids. It's now grown to 6 groups in 4 cities. The journey for a family is not so much, what do I do with my kid, but more a situation of, I want to support my child, and now what? The now what is, what do I do to make it safe for my child to walk out the door? How do I talk to my neighbors about this, my extended family? How do I work with the school to make a gender inclusive environment so that my kid can go pursue an education? How do I change the world in a way that is expansive enough to fit my child? That's the crux of the work with gender diversity. First stop, family support groups. Our organization provides support groups for families who have toddlers, teens, and adult-aged children.
So the first gender diversity group that we attended was a potluck, and it was crowded, and it was wonderful. The feeling that I had was that I was home. When you've been searching for something, and you don't have people that understand it, and then you get around a group of people you know that understand it. So it was great. It was grand. It was, sort of like meatloaf. Meatloaf. You eat meatloaf, and it's all kind of comforty food. It's that kind of good feeling you get inside.
We found the support group through a friend. How it's even affected us is, there's no words, because I was very lost without it. We just feel like we belong. We feel at ease there. My kids are very attached, and they don't usually leave my side. They're right here, and there they go, and there's no hesitation. We didn't have that with our community. We needed it, and we found it here.
I found the gender diversity group by, actually my counselor was the one who told me about it. It was very surreal going from a very unaccepting environment to an extremely accepting environment. Like, everything that you would ever want the world to be is just, like, in that place. It's like everyone just respects who you are and doesn't care. Like, oh, you use female pronouns? Awesome. You use male pronouns? Awesome. You use something else? Like, that is totally fine. And I think that's like the greatest thing about gender diversity, is that we get to have that opportunity to, like, feel like there's nothing wrong and that you are you, and that's totally okay.
The next stop is schools. Gender diversity school trainings accomplish a number of things. One is giving the tools to the administration and the staff. Logistical details such as their legal obligations, their school mission statement, what to do about bathrooms, pronouns, name changes. Our trainings also provide teachers with the tools they need to have classroom discussions for kindergartners, 2nd graders, 4th graders, 8th graders at age-appropriate levels.
My name is Beth, and I'm a 2nd and 3rd grade teacher, and I taught a transgendered student for 2 years. I tried to honor everybody's identity, and it became a special time for the whole class because everyone, I think, really felt by the end of the 2 years like, you get to be yourself in this classroom. In this space, you are you, and we aren't going to judge other people or make fun of other people or tease people for who they are on the inside or on the outside.
Gender diversity provides training for medical providers and mental health providers so that they know how to serve the needs of transgender youth and their families.
I'm Linda Gromko, and I'm a family doctor on Queen Anne in Seattle. And I thought about the people that I served as adults, and I saw what they had gone through, and I heard their stories. And it became very apparent to me that it was critical that if children were facing transgender issues, that they have treatment also. It's very satisfying to see someone make a transition who knows in their heart of hearts that that's what they need to do. And to be able to support a child and to support a family in that way is wonderful.
The Gender Odyssey conferences provide unparalleled opportunity for access to information, experts, community, and friendships that cannot be found anywhere else.
Some of my favorite things about Gender Odyssey were the adult panels. When you see like all these people who have already transitioned through life, they just sit in front of you and just ask them anything. I think that's really empowering for like a teen or like a younger adult to just be able to just talk to someone, be like, you went through this, like this is your life and I'm on that journey as well.
My very first conference, that was the other highlight for me. It was a room full of dads. There's probably 20 of us in there that first year, and just to open up. And it was really getting into working through all this emotional stuff that's stuffed. As guys, we just stuff it. And that helped kind of unlock that a little bit.
I'm a naturopathic physician with a transgender son and wanted to really be able to provide quality health care to transgender patients. And certainly didn't get training in school, and the Gender Odyssey conference was an incredibly valuable resource. They have a professional training day for training doctors how to provide good quality health care to transgender population.
So the conference was really helpful for me information-wise. The analogy that I use all the time is the train had left the station, and if you didn't get on board, you were going to get left behind. And I was on the train at that point, and I needed to find out as much as I could to be a support to my kid, because that's what you do.
My name is Gil, and I'm the Youth Program Coordinator for Gender Diversity, and it's just really amazing to see the lives of these families and youth transform in such positive ways when all the support pieces come into play for them.
Those fears and those concerns and worrying about what people think, all of those things are put to rest and they've been dealt with. The end result is the child is super happy, well-adjusted, and comfortable with who he is.
It does not matter what gender your kid is. Your kid is your kid is your kid. Whether your kid is female or male, going whichever way they go, it's the same person.
Part of our vision within gender diversity is to take that lens of examination and turn it on ourselves so that we can learn how to include gender as an aspect of our identity which is worthy of exploration in the same way that we would encourage a child in any other exploration, be that their artistic interests, their scholastic interests, career choices, so forth. If we can learn and teach ourselves to have an expansive view of gender within that, we've got our template, we've got our game plan, and can move forward.